Hi guys, just a few words about my take on how you go about playing over a blues pattern. 1, 4, 5 in A, D, E, played as power chords, full chords, A, D, E, or sevens. Okay, over the 1 chord we play a major blues scale, which is basically exactly the same pattern as we all know minor, except if that's your A, you move your starting point back 3 semis and play a major. If you start on the 2nd note, it'll give you the major sound. So that'll cover you for your 1 chord, which is the A major. The 2 chord, which is a D, as we said, can be played as a 7th. Now, without getting into this too much, a replacement sound for a D7 chord is a D9. And if I look at the top 3 notes of a D9, they make up an A minor shape. So therefore, a straight A minor pentatonic, blues scale, whatever, will cover you for the 4 chord, which will be a D7. Your 5 chord is covered by any dominant 7th riffs, because it's a dominant 7th chord that you might know, but you can also include your minor note on the E, because our ear is kind of tuned in now. The whole blues sound is this minor to major idea. That would be an A, your D chord, your E chord. So if we're looking at sounds, on the E7 chord you can play a selection of minor major sounds. Root note obviously, minor to major, 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 the dominant 7th note which has a kind of a minor sound, back to the root, and if we look again at our replacement chord for the E7, which is 9, we also have a nice F sharp note there. So you're looking at these ideas. Your scales wise, that's the easy bit. Learning the patterns is the easy bit. What you need to do then is, how do I make that sound like blues? That's what most people say, especially the major one, is how do you make it sound bluesy? You look at your rhythms. This is the most important thing. So if I just play a pattern here, rhythm. So there's your pulse. You can hear the pulse. So we split each one of those beats up into 3. So that's what you hear in your head first. And you're playing off, sorry, just off. So you're playing off that idea. So if that's my pulse, so this is the way your scale now sounds. That's the first idea. Second one is, if we do the same idea, breaking it up into 3, but now we only play the 1st and the 3rd. So you get this effect. Standard blues rhythm. So now your pattern against your pulse. Now you're getting somewhere to the bluesy feel. Now the other way to look at this is, if you look at your basic pulse as still 1, 2, 3, 4, in between each of those 1s and 2s obviously there's the and. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So supposing we try starting our triplets on the off beat. So if that's your pulse, 3, 4, 1. Sounds as if it finishes in a funny place, but that's because you're playing on the ands, you're not playing on the beat. Okay? And hopefully, if this works, the same trick then with your 1, 2, 3. So you have that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, starting on the and, 2, 3, 4, 1. finishes on the offbeat. That's okay. So there are a couple of rhythmic ideas that will help you to get the bluesy feel into your playing. The next thing is the hardest part to do. If you want to play any style, this just doesn't apply to blues. To play it properly, you have to listen to a lot of it, get into it, really get into the music, really hear, and listen to your favourite players and see what they do. The main problem people have, like I said, is that, say, the major pattern. How do you make that major pattern sound bluesy? Well, look what you have. You have your, if you have a normal, so we take these two notes, A to the E. So if I play them like that, that's no use. But suppose you move them to another position and you play something like that. Now you're starting to sound more like the way you want it to sound, but you're still only using the notes of the scale. Okay. If I then include maybe the sixth note, that sound, use it. That's getting somewhere towards it. You look at it. If you play the riff straight, it's not very bluesy. Well, here's one. You get the idea. So that's how you work the riffs around. I think it was John Costello made a great point as well about blues is dynamics is vital. Okay, so in other words, if you're playing a riff, hard soft, that's the whole thing. So I play through a pattern in this, hopefully, don't mind. I play through a pattern in this and I play over the one chord, I'm going to play major sounds, over the 4 chord minor sounds, and over the E chord a little bit of dominant 7 riff. Okay, and hopefully you get the idea from that. I have to just wait for the pattern to come around again. So I'll call it, the second bar of this has a quick dip onto the 4 chord, but don't worry about that for a moment. Okay, 1 chord. Now I'm not going to stay in this, I'm going to move up to the minor here. Back to major. My dominant 7th. Minor for 4. Okay, so basically there was over the 1 chord I was playing major sounds, over the 4 chord minor sounds, and over the, as we said, the 5 chord just your E dominance. So there's you have a working template there, that armed with your rhythm to play a nice blues pattern. Now, having given you that rule and that template, the great thing about music is, and this is the brilliant thing about blues, you take your template and you throw it out the window. Because basically the way blues works is, you can play anything you want, obviously within reason, allowing for the flavour and the style. So this time, what I just told you to do, major over 1, minor over 4, I'm going to turn that on its head. So this time when the next pattern comes around, I'm going to play the opposite to that. Against the 1 chord I'm going to play the minor pattern, and against the 4 chord I'm going to play the major. So we're just coming back, this is the 1 chord, so minor. Major. Against the 4 chord still works. Why not? E riff. Major. Minor. So that's basically, you can, instead of just having your humble blues scale, which consists of whatever it is, 5, 6 notes or whatever it is, all of a sudden you can mix and match. Now I was deliberately going from major sound here to minor sound here to let you see the essence of the sounds, rather than if you're actually playing that in context, knowing your scales around the fretboard. Your major obviously is there. If I can do this right. Without moving, your minor pentatonic then will be here, which will cover you for the 4 chord. And your E's stay in position. Okay. I think that's all I was going to say. Other than that, listen to the style of music. Now that'll cover you pretty. It's not just necessarily blues. I mean, it's a general idea to cover you over 1, 4, 5 chords. I'm probably rambling on a bit here now, but basically those are ideas. The rhythm is as important as learning the patterns that you need to know, and how to change the patterns around. Like I said, don't follow a strict rule. You heard there perfectly clearly that major works with minor and minor works with major. That's the great thing about blues. So you can mix and match them around. That, coupled with listening to the blues players, listening to how they phrase the notes, how they play the notes. Obviously they will be using those patterns, but how they actually phrase them and how they put the thing together is the most important thing, not actually the notes. Well, the notes obviously are important, but the phrasing of the thing is the most important. So rhythms, check out your various rhythms and experiment with mucking around between the major and the minor sounds. Learn some blues riffs, standard blues riffs, take them from the people that you admire, that you like their style, the way they play, and incorporate them into your own play. Cheers, guys. Hope that helps somebody. Yeah. Cheers.